Hey everyone, thank you so much for hitting 1K subscribers. You all are incredible, and I'm beyond grateful for your support. As a special shout out, I'm sharing this gripping story inspired by your love for raw, emotional drama. Keep commenting your thoughts and ideas for future stories. Let's make this community even bigger. Now let's dive into the heartbreak. The text message glowed on my phone screen like a knife in the dark. You sure you want to do this, Liv? It's cruel, but it'll show if he's really loyal. My thumb froze mid-scroll, heart slamming against my ribs. I wasn't supposed to see this. Olivia, my wife of 6 years, was asleep upstairs, her soft breathing a quiet rhythm I'd grown to love. But now, that sound felt like a lie. I stood in our dimly lit kitchen, the hum of the fridge deafening in the silence, as I stared at the group chat she'd left open on her phone. Her friends, Clara and Mia, were plotting something. A fake breakup. A test. My chest tightened, a storm of dread and disbelief swirling inside me. I'd always trusted Olivia implicitly. Her laugh, bright as summer, could pull me out of any funk. We'd built a life together. Lazy Sunday mornings with coffee, whispered dreams of kids. A mortgage we joked we'd pay off by 90. But lately she'd been distant. Small things. Her phone face down, quick glances away when I asked about her day. Excuses to meet her friends more often. I'd chalked it up to stress from her new job. Now, as I read Clara's next message, he'll beg you to stay, Liv. It'll be proof he's all in. My stomach churned. Was this why she'd been pulling away? To set me up for some twisted loyalty test? I forced myself to breathe, setting the phone down on the counter like it might burn me. The kitchen clock ticked past midnight, each second a hammer against my skull. I wanted to storm upstairs, shake her awake, demand answers. But what if I was wrong? What if this was just her friend's stupid idea, and she wasn't even considering it? I sank into a chair, the wood creaking under my weight, and buried my face in my hands. The man I'd been, an open book, a devoted husband, felt like a fool. Suspicion clawed at me, but I wasn't ready to confront her. Not yet. The next morning, Olivia shuffled into the kitchen, her auburn hair mussed, eyes half open. "Morning, babe," she mumbled, reaching for the coffee pot. Her voice was warm, familiar, but it hit me like a stranger's. I watched her pour cream into her mug, the way her fingers curled around the handle, and wondered if those hands were plotting to break me. "You okay?" she asked, catching my stare. Her brow furrowed, concern so genuine it twisted the knife deeper. "Yeah," I lied, forcing a smile. "Just didn't sleep well." She nodded, sipping her coffee, oblivious to the storm raging inside me. Days passed, and I became a detective in my own marriage. I noticed everything. The way her phone buzzed more often, how she'd angle the screen away when she typed. At night, I'd lie awake, her steady breathing beside me a cruel reminder of the trust we'd shared. I started checking her phone when she showered, hating myself for it. The group chat with Clara and Mia was gone, deleted, or maybe moved to another app. But I found an email from Mia, buried in her inbox. "Liv, you're overthinking it. Just tell him you need space. See how he reacts. It's not like you're actually leaving." My blood ran cold. Olivia hadn't replied, but the absence of a response wasn't comfort. It was a void, heavy with possibility. I tried to act normal, but every conversation felt like walking on glass. "How's Clara?" I asked one evening, casual, testing her. Olivia's fork paused mid-air, her eyes flickering. "Oh, she's good. Same old drama with her boyfriend." She laughed, but it was tight, forced. I nodded, my jaw clenched. That night, I overheard her on the phone in the bathroom, her voice low. "I don't know, Mia. It feels wrong. What if he hates me?" My heart sank, not just from the words but from the hesitation in her voice. She was considering it. My Olivia, my anchor, was entertaining this betrayal. The suspense was suffocating, but I couldn't confront her without proof. So I dug deeper. I logged into our shared cloud account, something we'd set up for vacation photos years ago. There, in a folder labeled Miscellaneous, was a screenshot of a text exchange between Olivia and Clara. "Clara, you deserve to know he'd fight for you, Liv. What's a little test to prove it?" Olivia's reply. "I'm scared. What if it backfires?" My vision blurred, anger and heartbreak colliding. She wasn't just being manipulated, she was complicit. The woman I'd vowed to love forever was planning to tear us apart, even if just for show. I couldn't take it anymore. That night, I waited until she was brushing her teeth, the bathroom light casting a soft glow into our bedroom. "Liv," I said, my voice steady despite the chaos inside. "We need to talk." She froze, toothbrush in hand, her eyes meeting mine in the mirror. "What's wrong?" she asked, her voice small. I held up my phone, the screenshot glaring. "This. Your friends. Your test." "What the hell, Olivia?" Her face crumpled, guilt flooding her features. She dropped the toothbrush, stepping toward me, but I backed away. "It wasn't my idea," she stammered. "Clara kept pushing, saying I needed to know you'd fight for me. I didn't want to do it." "Then why didn't you tell them no?" My voice cracked, raw with pain. "Why didn't you tell me?" Tears streamed down her face, but they didn't soften me. "I was scared," she whispered. "Scared you'd stop loving me someday. I wanted to be sure." Her words were a punch to the gut. Sure of what? My love. My loyalty. I'd given her everything, and she'd doubted me enough to play this game. The room felt too small, the air too thick. "You broke us, Liv," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. "Not your friends. You." She sobbed, reaching for me, but I couldn't let her touch me. The trust we'd built, the life we'd dreamed of, it was shattered, not by a breakup, fake or real, but by her willingness to test me like I was some experiment. I walked out, her cries echoing behind me, and drove to a motel, the neon sign flickering like my fading hope. In the days that followed, Olivia called, texted, begged to explain. I didn't answer. The betrayal wasn't just the plan. It was the secrecy, the doubt, the choice to listen to her friends over her husband. I loved her, God, I loved her. But love wasn't enough when trust was gone. I filed for divorce a week later, each signature a wound. As I signed, I pictured her laugh, her warmth, the life we'd had. But I also saw that text, that screenshot, that moment when I realized she'd stopped believing in us. The papers were served yesterday. She didn't fight it. Maybe that's what hurts most. She let me go, just like she'd planned to pretend to. I'm left with memories of a love that felt real, but wasn't strong enough to survive her doubt. And as I sit here, alone in a new apartment, I wonder if I'll ever trust again. Or if her test broke more than just us. It broke me. Thank you again for 1K subscribers. Your support means the world, and I hope this story hit you as hard as it hit me writing it. Drop your thoughts below. What would you have done in his shoes? Let's keep the drama going.